So, did you know you're basically in a game? So, let's talk about the game a little and how things change. So, first of all, I always talk about on my podcast how there's three different paradigm lenses that we are operating in within this earth realm. So, the three different paradigms are the black hole reality, the bridge reality, and the white hole reality. The Earth realm, as we have known it in modern times, has been operating under this black hole realm. This is not what our soul's used to. This is an inverted realm, and things do not operate as they should. And I won't go into it here, but if you're interested, go listen to my podcast, Fem and Flow, linked on my page, or go watch my other videos. But I go way more in depth on the podcast, so go do that. But I talk about how we got here and how we're getting out of it. So in this inverted reality, once you start to have some sort of awakening or question the status quo and start looking around and thinking, this does not feel normal, what is going on? I call that the bridge reality. And a white hole reality is basically what our soul is used to, where we came from. And we could honestly call this what we have archetypally called heaven on earth. And in the black hole and bridge states, having divine guidance is absolutely necessary. We come into this inverted realm with amnesia. We can't remember what happened before that, what happens after. We are locked into whatever programming is going on here. This environment is so constraining. The field is noisy and the rules are inverted or opaque. Cause and effect are delayed or distorted. And so many people have dysregulated nervous systems. And if you've watched my videos, having a regulated nervous system is the key and the starting point to all of this stuff I talk about. So because of this, consciousness here needs rails, they need help, they need guidance. And this guidance mainly comes from two different things. The first one is external or transpersonal guidance. And that is when people talk about their guides or their angels, or they know how to hone their intuition, or they have and see signs or synchronicities. And then number two is preceded destiny points. And these are chosen before your incarnation here. Yes, you chose to be here, you badass. So these destiny points act like checkpoints, like correction vectors. Basically, if lost, turn here, beacons. So in these phases, the language might look like, am I aligned? Is this what my higher self would do? Am I aligned with my higher self? Am I on the right path? So basically, people seeking and needing guidance here is adaptive intelligence in a distorted and inverted game. So let's talk about the bridge phase specifically. This is where people start waking up and seeing the rails. They realize, oh, okay, there is a higher version of me. I can listen and get help. They can orient to something and seek and be in alignment. So at this point, they are still navigating toward coherence, toward that white hole state. So now let's talk about white hole reality. And I know that might sound crazy to some who have been taught these different narratives, like that we have to wait for a savior, or that there's some external thing coming to help us out of this. So here's the thing. There's no external savior. We do it ourselves. And this might sound crazy, but white hole reality is possible now. And once people shift from a bridge reality to a white hole reality, the game changes. There is no more destination. There is nothing else to align to. There's no destiny points. There's no get back on track. There's no higher self to aim toward. Because in the white hole reality, you are operating as the coherent field. So instead of constantly seeking, you are there. You don't have to seek anymore. And instead of asking what is aligned, You ask, what is interesting to me? What brings me joy? What do I want to explore today? And this is not chaos. This is free play inside coherence. So the physics of the whole game changes. Your choice no longer corrects distortion. Your choice starts to express coherence. Nothing needs fixing, optimizing, or redeeming. There is no wrong move. This is when the game moves to white hole play. And maybe to others on the outside, it looks unserious, indulgent, irresponsible, or unspiritual. But from the inside, it's effortless, creative, generative, and deeply ordered. You don't try to align with God. You move as God playing with itself. And at this point, it's not that guidance disappears. It just internalizes completely. And at this point, guidance becomes indistinguishable between curiosity, joy, excitement, fascination, pleasure, and creative pull. So at that point, following your excitement just becomes your navigation system in a frictionless universe. And one more thing to add is when you shift from a bridge reality to a white hole reality, it's not like you wake up in a different place, physically speaking. It is archetypally heaven on earth. You are embodying that here.